Hey everyone, I'm here with another combo breakdown, and this time I won't be covering Morgan. This time we'll be taking a look at Chris and a new combo I started using as my bread and butter with him, which can be done mid-screen or closer against any size character, and depending on your assist will do at least 850k for the cost of 1 bar, and it'll generate 2 bars. For the most part, it's really easy to do because the majority of the combo is just ABCS a bunch of times, which anyone can do. But instead of using machine guns or crouching heavies to OTG, we'll be using mines, and that's where the damage is going to come from. Using mines to OTG also helps save Chris's ground bounces and wall bounces for as long as humanly possible, which is where the medium combination punch comes into play. It'll require at least one compatible assist though, whether it be a beam or a fireball or OTG or whatever. You're going to need an assist to help link the medium combination punch. It's the only thing in this combo that Chris can't do by himself. And I'll go over exactly what you'll want to look for, and even include plenty of examples of popular assists that work. So as I said earlier, the majority of the combo is just ABCS, and that's exactly how we'll start it, by going into crouch medium, then into a stand heavy, then forward heavy, and then launcher. Now here we'll want to super jump forward. And why forward? Because it'll have slightly less height than the upward super jump, which allows Chris to get to the ground a little quicker, which overall just makes things easier. It also pushes Chris deeper into the corner, which helps with sweet spotting his air string, which will be air medium, medium heavy, and then special. The trick here though is you'll want to delay that air string so Chris hits with the very back end tip of his hard knockdown S, and that'll be the sweet spot. And you can achieve this through a couple of different ways. You can either do a big pause after the launch, then quickly press medium, medium, heavy special. You can do little pauses in between each attack, or you can quickly do medium, medium, then slight pause heavy, big pause special. And you should try out all of these to see which one is most comfortable and stick with that one. So as Chris is falling towards the ground, we'll want to immediately start input for the landmine, which is Shoryuken motion forward and light. The trick is to be halfway done with the input before reaching the ground, so that the split second Chris lands will already be starting to lay down the landmine. And this is where all the pausing and sweet spotting from before will make the difference. It's not completely necessary for doing the combo successfully, but it gives us more time to lay down the mine and more time to go into our crouch light attack to manually detonate the mine, which are probably things that the everyday Chris player might not yet be used to. Now at this point, a couple of things are happening here. By setting off the mine with our crouch light, the explosion is going to OTG the opponent. The game is going to think that crouch light hit the opponent. It didn't, but the game thinks it did, and it's going to allow us to continue the string off the crouch light, which we'll be doing by going into launcher. Now, your instinct here will tell you to immediately go into launcher. Don't do that. You'll float the opponent too high on your next airstream. So instead, you'll want to let them float a little up, then drop a little down, then go into launcher. And this time there won't be any need for any pauses or delays or sweet spotting, so go ahead and super jump forward and press the following air medium, medium, heavy special how you normally would, or you can opt to do it a little quicker. Now this is the point where your assist will dictate what you do next. On my team, I use Morgan Harmonizer and Magneto Disruptor, and obviously Harmonizer does nothing for me when it comes to linking together combos, so that leaves me with Disruptor to work with. Now, the overall speed of your assist will determine how late or early we press the assist button in relation to our OTG gunshot. The faster the assist, the later we need to press it, and for the slower assists, we need to press those earlier. In my case, Magneto comes out hella fast, so we got some time to work on spacing before we need to call on mags, and that's exactly what I'll need to do since Disruptor doesn't have very much hit stun. So once Chris lands on the ground, I'll immediately dash backwards. Now, you won't need to do this, but I do because of Magneto. The combo seems to drop 90% of the time if I don't. Don't ask me why, it just does. But I just need a little bit of spacing, and then I can go into down, heavy, and call Magneto all at the same time. Then immediately special cancel into medium combination punch, which is quarter circle back in medium. And if we take a look at everything in slow motion, Chris will be going into his medium combination punch as Magneto jumps on screen. The first combination punch will hit, then Disruptor, then the soft knockdown of the second combination punch will hit, and then all we need to do next is press heavy at the right time in order to get the standing Magnum, which will give us a wall bounce and a hard knockdown. And if you need a little hint on the timing for the Magnum, you press heavy after Chris lands the second punch. Spamming heavy can work, but not all the time, so it's best if you learn how to press heavy on reaction to the second punch. And if that entire string works, the opponent will bounce off the wall, and before they reach the ground, you'll want to launch them, super jump backwards, immediately slam them back towards the ground with a hard knockdown special, and as you're falling back towards the ground, you want to hit the opponent with an air magnum the split second before you touch the ground. This will cause the ground bounce to the opponent, which will give you enough time to dash forward, and then you'll want to immediately cancel the forward dash with a flamethrower, which can be done by holding back and the heavy button at the same time, and then finish off the combo with a sweep. Obviously, not everybody's going to have Disruptor, but the good news is a lot of assists do work with this combo. The bad news is they all have varying levels of speed, so they might not share the exact same timing. Some of them will, but most of them won't, so you might have to test out your assist to see if it works, and hopefully I've included enough examples that you will see your own assist, but this isn't going to be a complete list of every single assist, so there are some that I didn't include. But hopefully you see yours, and that's going to be it for me. But as always, I will catch you guys next time. But until then, peace.